Hey, so it's been almost a month since I've uploaded. Not gonna lie, I've kind of been going through a lot recently. Lots of unexpected expenses and just in general a lot of stress and hassle. Every time I start talking to the camera, my cat just has to come and make herself. This is my baby. Isn't she cute? I feel like I show you guys my cat every video, but yeah, anyway, it's been a month almost since I've uploaded. Yeah, so I've been really busy. I work 5 days a week now. Initially, I was only supposed to work part-time, but since I put my availability as more hours, they've scheduled me up to like almost 35 hours a week. And depending on the week, it's like more or less than that. You know, they schedule you however they schedule you, but yeah, so you guys know I work a retail job, and as much as I, don't necessarily, I don't mind working a job in general, right? Like, job, fine, whatever. Of course, for me, it was like a really big hurdle to get something that isn't like 2 days a week. Why are you crying? She's crying. Yeah, it was kind of like a big thing for me to get a job. I had this job for 3 months. What are you looking at? I don't know what she's looking at. I had this job for like 3 months now. Oh. She just likes to be in my arms sometimes. And, well, it's not like a bad job. It's definitely causing me like a lot of stress. I kind of wanted to talk about how I feel like companies nowadays, I don't know if this has always been true for companies, but I feel like companies nowadays are like almost intentionally pushing their workers out. And they do this in a lot of ways that I've seen. From what I've seen personally, at least in my job, we're so understaffed, it's like ridiculous. And not only are we understaffed, but everyone has to take on at least double their workload, mostly because people are calling out, people are using their paid time off, people are, and it's like, obviously management can do what they want, right? They can leave and take vacations twice, 3 times a year, who knows how many vacations they take. But it just kind of seems like the youngest, most bottom workers are getting like the shittest end of the stick. And I don't know, recently something happened to me at work and I wanted to talk about it. So I work in a grocery store, right? And I was sent to another part of the grocery store to do something that I don't normally do because they were understaffed that day. That's fine, whatever. You know, my manager told me to do it, I'll do it. So I went over there, and you know, the person who was in charge of that department, they were telling me to do things and I was doing them, and then they just kept like adding things like, oh, well, can you do this also? Or when you're done with that, can you do this? And I was like, in my mind, I was thinking like, is this stuff that really needs to get done right now? Because this is gonna take me like all day. And it didn't occur to me until afterwards, and I told my supervisor about it, and they were like, that's not what you were supposed to be over there doing. And so I was like, wait a second. I was supposed to be over there, let's say stalking, right? I was supposed to be over there stalking. I did like probably 10% that. The rest of it was a bunch of extra stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And so there was a lot of like, not necessarily miscommunication, but you know, it happened, it's whatever. The problem is the second time I went over to help, they told me that my manager said that I had to do something that was supposed to be only a supervisor's job in their department. And so I was just sitting there like, I'm untrained, I don't know how to do this. So I ended up doing it anyway. They asked me to do it. And so the manager over like all of us, basically after I was done, I told my supervisor, and my supervisor was like, wait a second, they did it again? They told you were supposed to do something that you weren't supposed to do? And so I was like, I was told that my manager wanted me to do this. So the entire time, this person that was working in that department, who was in charge of that department, basically borrowed me to do everything that they did not want to do. And so upon learning that, I have absolutely dreaded going over there. There's nothing wrong with what I normally do at my job. I don't mind doing the things that I do. It's not difficult. It's pretty much, most of what I do is like stalking. Let's put it that way. That's not a bad thing. I don't mind doing that. It's someone deceiving me into believing that my manager told me to do something that I wasn't even supposed to be doing. Twice. It's happened twice on 2 separate occasions. And one time I actually did the task, and the other time was like, no, you shouldn't be doing that. And thankfully they caught it before I even. But it just has me thinking like how ridiculous it is that like someone would do something like that, and like if I hadn't said anything, they would have just continued to take advantage of me and like my kindness of just going over and helping out. Like, I don't know, it's just it isn't like I didn't have my own things to do in my own department. So taking advantage of my kindness, it like rubbed me the wrong way. So that person I'm like not trusting really. But yeah, I don't know, it's just, it really bothered me because I feel like someone in a position of power like that, just, you know, giving me all like the crappiest, worst things to do instead of what I was actually sent over there to do. It's like kind of shitty, you know? I don't know, I didn't like that experience, and I really hope that I don't get taken advantage of again, but at the same time, like, I know myself, and I know that, like, I'm really anxious about doing things right and getting things done. And if I am wanting to like do a good job and impress someone, sometimes I get really caught up in it, and I don't really think about my needs, and I don't really think about like, is this person taking advantage of me? Are they, do they actually need me to do this? My cat wants out. I don't know. All I know is that it was kind of infuriating. I don't know. I try to have like a good rapport with people at work, but now I'm just a little turned off from it because of that experience, because now I'm thinking like, is anyone else like trying to take advantage of me? Like, are people just like dumping things on me that I'm like not supposed to be doing? Like, what is my actual job? Like, what? Anyway, it seems to be like a problem where I work that people do that kind of stuff. And there's also the fact that like where I work, I haven't really said like exactly where I work, but we tend to have like a pretty high turnover rate for employees, which is not surprising considering a lot of people are doing more work than they really should be doing on a daily basis, because I don't know. Yeah, anyway, one of my managers, we talked about, careers and things like that, and I don't know, about college, and they said that they didn't consider the job that we were doing like a real job. And this person has been here for like a decade. So in my mind, I was thinking, like, really? You don't consider the job that you do every day like a real career? And I think maybe it's just that they just can't take it seriously because of the way like things are handled, It's almost impossible to move up in a retail job like the one that I'm working right now. There are so many people who are working there, and they're all like vying for the positions that open, and it's like, realistically, if you're not wanting to move up the corporate ladder, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to stay in the same, position, the same like working class position, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I definitely feel like they had a point in saying that it wasn't a real job, I guess. It's not a career, It does make me sad because I guess I'm just reminded that I don't actually have a career, and yeah, it's kind of hit me a little bit, because I was just like, you're right, this isn't a career, and the work that I'm doing doesn't really matter that much because it's going to be forgotten in a day, and it's not impactful, and I'm just a cog in the machine. Yeah, anyway, existentialism at my retail job. But yeah, work has been really stressful. I've noticed that my eye bags have been getting worse. I've been trying to remedy that, and it has not been working, so still in the process of trying to fix it. Updates on the kittens that I had. They have been given to good homes, so no more kittens. Life updates in general, let me think. Other than going to work, coming home, sleeping, nothing. Legitimately. I will say, since I've got a job, I at least have more income, so I can buy things that I like, which really just means pay for like bills, which is fine. But yeah, anyway, going from a NEET straight to like almost a full-time job is kind of jarring because it completely changes your entire life. I was really used to literally doing nothing most of the time, and maybe occasionally cleaning, occasionally playing with my cat, occasionally doing art, and playing games. And now I'm at a real job, and it's been 3 months. I hate it. It's so amazing. I hate it. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. Thank you for watching. I don't know when I'm gonna upload next. Maybe probably on a day off. I don't know. It's really, really hot right now where I live. It's been constantly hot, so sorry about the fan. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.